Do you think that boys and girls can be close friends?
Oh, this is a very loaded question.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
100%? Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
The boys.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
No,
I'm big on this.
You're big on this. Okay.
I'm big on this.
Have you ever been put in the friend zone?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
I've had a few.
Yeah. Believing that you cannot have friendship with girls because I tried it once and it failed.
So have you ever had to put anyone in the friend zone?
I can't really comment.
No comment?
No comment.
No comment.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it on camera. This is going on
no
YouTube.
comment, no comment.
Hello, I'm Mia.
Mia?
I'm Sunny.
Do you think that boys and girls can be close friends?
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, sorry.
Fine.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship. Maybe they just share the same hobby or they want to do similar things together. That would be quite cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it matters at all. I mean, like, someone could be interested in both. Neither, like, guys, girls, don't matter. I'll probably have half guy friends, which makes sense. Half the population is guys. So.
Lauren and Steph. Awesome. Would you say that girls and boys can remain friends? Or yes, can be close friends.
Yeah, I think so.
The boys.
Yeah.
Without it eventually.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wait, sorry. No or yes?
I've got loads of friends who are boys.
Okay. But would you say those friendships are close?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's never be a relationship there.
There'd never be. You don't think that any of the boys might have some feelings or anything around those lines?
Maybe initially when you meet, but if it doesn't go into anything and you're then in the friends, you're then friends and it'd just be weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Matthew?
Paul. And Ariane. Awesome.
Bella.
Awesome. Do you think that boys and girls can remain friends? Boys and girls can remain close friends, let's say. Oh, this is a very loaded question. What do you think?
No, I do, yeah, for sure. But I think, like, if they're not sexually attracted, I think sexual attraction over a long period of time will lead.
Do you think that's inevitable? Do you think there's that initial physical attraction is just a standard?
Every friendship that's of the opposite sex, one wants it and one doesn't. I do believe that.
Oh, okay.
But I think you can manage that and make a great friendship out of it and keep it going. But I think inevitably there'll be one who wants more.
Okay, interesting. But you can still remain close friends even with that?
Yeah. Through communication you can,
Yes.
I reckon you can.
My name's Tom.
Ellie.
Imogen.
Do you guys think that guys and girls can be friends and close friends at it as well?
Yeah, I do. In most circumstances, I do. Pretty much, yeah.
You don't.
I won't go into them. Yeah.
Oh, later on. Yeah, no, I fully do. I think it's guys that are the issue, to be honest, but I do.
I think they definitely can, as long as the other person, so the person who's friends with your partner, is like respectful to you. So if they're not respectful, then you can't really be friends.
I'm here with Tom and Charlie. Do you think boys and girls can be close friends with each other?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah, quite a lot of my friends are girls. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about boy or girl. It just matters whether or not you guys find each other interesting enough to keep in your life, I think. Like,
Sure.
Dan
and
George.
Okay. Would you say that girls and boys can remain friends?
No. I'm big on this.
You're big on this, okay.
I'm big on this.
Expand.
I mean, we could be here all day, but pretty much, boys, if you're watching, if you go and try and link up with a girl and she says, I just want to be friends, do you know what you say to her? Say no. She doesn't want to be friends with you.
Yes.
She wants you to stand there and wait for her to you're an option, basically. You're like, you've got main menus, sides, desserts, drinks, and then like teas and coffees. You're a tea and coffee. You're an option.
Analogy, yep.
No one is going for you. Forget friend zone. Leave. Get out. Just say no.
Okay, interesting. How about yourself, George?
we've spoken about this quite a lot, the two of us recently, and I kind of very much had the opposing opinion, and I don't like to admit that he might have convinced me.
And today we are here with
Cassandra
and
Alice.
Would you say that girls and boys can be friends, let's say?
Tricky one. I would say, yes. I would say definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
And you yourself?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I definitely think you can be friends.
Okay.
Josh.
Lauren and Biggs.
Josh, Lauren, and Bex. Okay. So, first question: do you think guys and girls can be friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So, any personal experiences where you've been friends with someone of the opposite sex, and you've you've discovered that you caught feelings, you want something more than just a friendship, and how did that play out? If you want to share it, you don't have to.
I've had a few. Sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, I think it was one in particular where something happened and then we realized it wasn't working, and then we went back to being friends, and it's all pretty chilled. So that can happen, but so I don't think it's very common.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's super common. Like, I think good relationships, like successful relationships, you would have a strong friendship base to begin with. I don't know. That it will like my more successful relationships, I've been good friends with them beforehand, because then we sort of agree, we get on, enjoy life. And then that's been successful, and then maybe not so much of the not too much longer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have a close friend of mine. We've been friends for years.
Yeah.
But I always knew that he liked me, and one day he told me he was in love with me, but now we still remain friends. He's got a girlfriend, I've got a boyfriend, but we're still really good friends.
No, you can. I want. Okay, I'm joking. I want you to open up as much as possible. Okay, interesting. But surely your friendship has changed, though. It's less of a close.
Not really. We understand each other, and he's moved on in his life, and I've moved on in my life, and I wasn't attracted to him in that way, but we get along really well, so we didn't want to stop.
Still the same, just as close?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Do you think it has something to do with how much you place an importance on sexuality and on sex? I think if it's very important to you, and your loyalty is the most thing that you want your girlfriend or your boyfriend to feel comfortable, then it can be problematic. But if you're quite liberal with it or quite open with it, you can have that narrative, and hopefully your partner is too, and then don't have a problem with you having friends that have that interaction with you.
Okay, so
I think your partner will sense if your best friend likes you or not. They always sense it. Yeah, and then they're like, yeah, you guys can't be friends anymore.
Yeah, they feel it behind their ears.
I see you smiling.
No. He's got a story.
Well, I guess my girlfriend is we were friends before, and obviously didn't stay just friends. So that's just my personal experience. Oh, me.
So you fancied her first, and then
yeah, pretty much.
Emma, have you ever had that?
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it on camera. This is going on YouTube. No comment from me.
Some of your friends who are girls, were you ever attracted to them at any point, or does that not even come into the equation?
I think it depends, really. Some of them, yeah, but then if you want to keep someone in your life because you find them interesting, then those feelings are going to get mixed at certain points. So it's quite nice to know, actually, no, we are just mates, and that's a really nice long-term relationship you're going to have with them. And sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it does. But that's my take.
Mate, I wish we had girls in our friendship group. We were all guys, so yeah, I don't think that was an option.
Do you think there's a reason because of that?
Probably because we're all socially awkward boys. Yeah, just I don't think there was any environment that we were in that there were girls around.
So have you ever had to put anyone in the friend zone?
Yeah. There may be a couple of guys that we are working or hang out together, but then if I don't feel something about a guy, I just friend zone them, but we can still be friends.
Are they still friends with you now, would you say?
Yeah, they are still friends with me.
Okay. I saw your reaction there, so I feel like you have some similar stories.
No, I don't think so, actually. If you're not close friends when you're meeting people, then maybe, but then once you become close friends, they're more of your friends then more than anything. So I don't usually see romance suddenly popping up. So when you're developing into a new relationship, whatever that is, a friendship, colleague, whatever, if you haven't got a solid form yet, there's always chance. But once you kind of become friends, I don't know, I don't usually would see further, and I don't think guys do. No.
So would it not bother you if someone, let's say, only became friends with you because they actually wanted something more, and do you think you can still be friends after they've admitted that? Would it not bother you in the back of your head that perhaps they're looking for something further and living in hope that maybe one day...
I mean, it's their choice.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I make my answer clear, it's their choice, right?
Yeah, sure.
Any personal experience where you've felt something for a close friend and it's maybe not ended the way you wanted it to end, and how did you deal with it? What was your sort of way of dealing with it?
George.
If you want to share, if you're willing to share.
I've had feelings for you for a long time.
Let's just do it now. In that regard, maybe in the reverse way. But for one who got away, this girl, she had a boyfriend.
Yes.
And I had a massive crush on her.
Yeah.
She gauged that pretty quick.
Yeah.
And she said, look, back off, I have a boyfriend kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she still wanted to hang out as friends.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she made that quite clear. So I thought, okay, fine. But it was kind of hard for me because I kind of really liked her. But then I was just thinking, well, I'm not going to say no because I like her, but I'll try and pursue a friendship. Yeah. And she was claiming that was the same thing. And therefore, I didn't try to pursue anything after that, even though, of course, that thought was still in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
But then, lo and behold, obviously it happened at a bad time, but she at some point said, but by the way, I'd broken up with my boyfriend, who supposedly she was never going to break up with. And I had feelings for you, Oh, okay. Although she said, I only want this to be a friendship.
Have you ever been put in the friend zone?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Yeah, of course. But sometimes it's for the best.
Were you able to still be friends with that person you may be referring to?
I think you're looking at macro and micro. So in the short term, no.
Not in the short term, yeah.
In the long term, yeah. I think you can definitely be friends with them. Just it takes time, because if there's any feelings there, you don't want to get hurt and you don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah.
So there really is a kind of you got to do yourself the favour, but also do them a favour to give the time and the space to get through whatever feelings you've got, and then
Yeah. Anything you wanted to add there?
It depends on how soon you get put into the friend zone. If you turn up at a door with loads of roses and stuff,
Yes,
then
yeah.
it might not be a good. I can't comment. But if you were that far into the friend zone, it might be a bit difficult. But if
it'd be difficult in the short term, right?
Yeah. But if it was quite early on, it might be alright, and you might be able to play it off. So.
Cool.
Yeah, we've all been friends with the girl and then realised I actually kind of like her.
Yes.
And most of the time you don't do anything about it, right? You just
it's very true. Yeah.
I haven't got the balls.